What's going on, YouTube? My name is Rohan and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about just completing tasks. I find myself doing a lot of research recently when it comes to new projects that I'm starting, whether it's at work or my own personal life, and it doesn't really get me too far. I find myself wasting a lot of that time reading online, trying to figure out how other people went about accomplishing whatever I'm looking to do. More times than not, I probably would have learned a much better way to do it if I just attempted it myself. And that's something I've always really struggled with. I like knowing what I'm getting myself into before I actually do it. I've never actually gotten anything done by just researching. It's actually the act of putting it into action that helps me learn whether or not the methods that I'm using to accomplish whatever the task is, if it's effective. Through that is where I start to learn and build my own procedure. And I think from those failures is where you start to learn exactly what works for you and what doesn't. I found that what works for me might not work for someone else, and what works for someone else may not necessarily work for me. But I keep going back to it time and time again. I caught myself today at work just researching and reading more and more about how other people go about something. And don't get me wrong, sometimes it's really useful to see where other people have messed up or what challenges I might be facing so I can start preparing for them. At the end of the day, I really didn't get too much work done. I think I have a lot of knowledge going into tomorrow. For the most part, today I really didn't get anything substantial completed. I think it would have worked well if I just started working on it by myself and started to see where I was having difficulty, and based on that, gone and looked for help online. I don't know. I think there's definitely two schools of thought. The one that you learn from your own mistakes, and then the other one where you learn from other people's mistakes. I'm trying to experiment a little bit more on my own, because that's when you start to either find your own way to do something, or you might find a better way to do something, rather than relying on other people's failures and successes to move forward. I've had a little difficulty staying concentrated. I don't know if it's just me getting a little bored with the monotonous routine of work, but that's how I kind of try to keep myself going, starting new small projects, something new to get my feet in, something new that I can learn a little bit more about, and hopefully help the business grow in a new direction. I have a lot of trouble doing the same thing over and over every day. Starting new projects allows me to work outside the box, improving and keep on going, starting something from scratch. I wanted to also talk about work ethic. It's usually a hit or a miss for me. Some days are really good, some days are really bad. I really do look up to people who can work every day, somehow still keep a smile on their face, and be okay doing it the next day. I find it difficult day to day, just going to work, doing what I'm supposed to do, coming back home and following that sort of routine. But I think that also comes from having the lifestyle of an addict. Things were a lot more spontaneous. Things didn't come to me that easily. It was always a challenge figuring out how I'm going to take on the next day. And I think I miss a little part of that, trying to find a way to bring that sort of energy into a more productive way, whether it be at work or in my own personal life, is something that I have to definitely work on. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you guys have any ideas or any solutions to how to keep life a little more interesting. I'd love to hear from you guys and know what kind of hobbies and things you guys do on a daily basis to keep your lives interesting. Well, that's pretty much all I got for today. Hope you guys all have a great day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, peace.